All right, it says we are live. Let's see here. Make sure it's working. All right, looks like it is. So as of right now, I don't see any questions. Hopefully y'all can hear me and see me. And I know this is a very early time slot, so it might be a really crummy time to do this, but I was bored and I wanted, hey, there's Logan. Okay. Can you hear me okay, Logan? Hopefully it's, there's Matt. Hello, Matt. How are you? Let me know if y'all can hear me okay. Just want to make sure this connection's working well. Yep, I'll get on his own. Okay, good deal. And there's Mateo. Yeah, like I said, I'm sorry it's kind of early. I just figured I would jump on and do this in a hotel. There's Insight. Hey, I appreciate it, Insight. In a hotel in right outside of Austin. And as y'all all know, that they've got these package bombings and all this crazy stuff going on, which is out of control. But I appreciate y'all being on. And what I was going to do tonight is just kind of let it, we'll talk about a few things. And there's REB, hello. But just kind of let y'all, if you have any questions for me, sometimes I tend to talk a lot and I want to kind of answer any questions that y'all might have. Hello, Al, appreciate you being on. All right, yeah, REB got his FNX 45 and he loves it. Yeah, it's a fantastic pistol. I really like mine also. It is a fantastic pistol. Nothing like 16 rounds of 230 grains of hate. But there's Firearms 101. I appreciate you being on. Hey, Knuckles. Yeah, it's package bombs. Yeah, it's this is the fourth one, I guess, in these neighborhoods and stuff, and it's out of control. Now I'm staying outside of Austin, but yeah, it's definitely out of control there. Yes, Insight, CZ for life. That is true. And there's old shooting with Uncle Dan. Hello, Gun Nation. That's one of my Texas brothers. Appreciate you being on. But like I said, I kind of wanted to open it up to questions which y'all might have. Anything regarding CZs, if y'all are thinking about getting them. There's Captain. Anything y'all would like to talk about? Any questions that you've got? Hey, we got Daniel God as our judge. And we can even talk about Glocks if y'all want to. I know Uncle Dan loves his Glocks. But there's Steve. Hey, man, what's up? Like I said, these are just kind of promptu jump-ons. Didn't really have anything majorly planned out. I did actually give a notice of 30 minutes, though. Hello, Jolly Roger. Armsman, good evening, sir. I have two P10s and a 97B. That's awesome, man. I don't have the P10 yet. Matter of fact, I haven't even shot the P10 yet. But I do love the 97B. Yes, Mateo, I agree. CZ does need a 10 millimeter. They took the 97B and put that special barrel in it just one time. But, hell, I would love to shoot that thing. Insight, should I buy a Shadow 2? Ha ha ha, too late to ask now. Ooh, maybe Insight got him a Shadow 2. If he did, that's a great choice. Yeah, civilian arms, I like guns too. Hello, Adam. Let's see, have you shot the P01 Omega? No, I have not shot the P01 Omega. I have the standard P01, but I have shot the 90, I have the 75B Omega, and it's a great trigger. So I assume the P01 is going to be the same. The P01 Omega is super hard to find. A lot of, matter of fact, I was in a gun store one time. I already had my regular P01, and they literally just got one in. And I saw the guy bringing the CZ box to the front. And I was like, hey, what's in that? And he said, oh, opened it up, and it was a P01 Omega, the all black. And the I was excited about it, but I was like, I could put the 85 combat in mine and a spring kit, and hey, I'd be pretty much good to go. I just haven't done it yet, but I am going to do it. The B10C and 10 millimeter, that'd be pretty cool. Definitely different. Firearms 101. BJ, have you ever got the CZ Rammy in your hands? Yes, I have. The Rammy is a really tiny pistol without the extended magazine. It's kind of hard for me to hold on to, honestly. With the extension, it's fine, but man, the barrel is not even as long as my finger. So it's a tiny, well, for me, it's a tiny pistol. Knuckles saying shot his CZ75 pre-B today. I'm the only one who knows how amazing these shoot. Yeah, that is a nice pistol. I've never owned one. I've seen one. I know two people that have taken their 97s to a gunsmith and converted them to 10 millimeter. That'd be sweet. Does the PO1 take Glock mags? No. Really, if you took a Glock mag and you really whittled it down, it might fit. Yeah, we could do that. Hell, Glock mags fit up a tailpipe too. So, let's see. Big Al's late. Hey, man, I appreciate you being on. Big Al. Order my suppressor today. Now the wait. Yeah, I was going to say it's definitely a wait on that. What suppressor did you get, Big Al? Just curious about the brand. I mean, I know there's so many out there. Let me mute this just so it doesn't ding on y'all. Let's see here. Get a hammer. Yes, exactly. Anything will fit with a bigger hammer. Thinking about getting a 1911. Any suggestions? Matt, my suggestions on a 1911, and I've had plenty in the past. If you're going to get a 1911, I would recommend getting not a super cheap 1911. Smith and Wesson and their performance lines are actually very inexpensive 1911s. Sig makes a couple of nice ones, but of course you want to go really high end. Dan Wesson, Les Bear, those are some really nice ones. It's just if you get a really cheap one, sometimes the slide, you're going to have just interference there. The mags aren't going to match. You could have some feeding issues. Now, a lot of people say that 1911s break in naturally, so you can shoot them and shoot them and shoot them, and then eventually they'll get better. But sometimes, depending on what your price point is, I would look around and plus, I mean, hell, Smith and Wesson has a lifetime warranty on theirs if anything ever happens. And I've shot some of the Performance Center ones, and they're very nice. But just depends on what you're wanting to get. Let's see here. Hope for the CZ P10 subcompact. Yeah, I think it's going to come out. Hey, what's up, NC Civil War? Appreciate you being on. Yeah, and Ruger's not bad. I've shot. It wasn't my Ruger. I forget. It was the entry level Ruger, and a friend of mine just got it, and he had some problems with it not feeding correctly and things like that. But and to be honest with you, he didn't keep it. He wasn't real happy with it. I've never personally owned one though, so I don't know. Yeah, Dan Wessons are nice. I've owned 2 Dan Wessons. Kimber, yeah, Kimbers are nice. English Brens, I've never heard of that one. Okay, Mateo's saying RIA are good to go if you don't get the bottom of the 19 from them. Okay, yeah, and of course, STIs are nice. Matter of fact, I stopped at STI today and went in and kind of talked to them a little bit. They're actually in Georgetown, Texas, so I went in and visited with them a little bit. But let's see, Wilson Combat. Yes, Wilson Combat definitely makes some really nice ones. And you can, I mean, gosh, if you're talking about 2011s, I mean, you can go Infinity, you can go Atlas, STI. I mean, there's so many super high-end ones. It's just how much you want to spend on a 2011. Yeah, Infinities are super nice. Rock Island Armory. I've only shot one Rock Island. It was the 45, and it wasn't mine. It was a friend of mine's, and it shot pretty nice. Didn't have any issues with it or anything. Brenz. Okay, Brenz is a German guy in the chat. Oh, okay, cool. Welcome, Brenz. My son worked there for a couple of years. Yeah, yeah. STI. I mean, they make some good guns. Sometimes they'll have. I've heard of people having some issues with STI, and I've even when I shoot competition, or I've shot with some guys. One of them is actually sponsored by STI, and of course, you got to get the perfect ammo, to match with the gun because they're mixing springs and stuff. A lot of the competition guys are, and I've seen where they have to clear a lot of malfunctions. But they tell me it's ammo related, so I'm not real sure on that. I have shot an STI. It was, as a matter of fact, I shot his STI and my Shadow 2 at the same target, and then I let him shoot my Shadow 2 and his STI at the same target. Believe it or not, he actually shot the Shadow 2 better, but it was probably because of the weight. My Shadow 2 was actually even heavier than his STI. But, I didn't talk to him, and I'll go ahead and let you know now. STI actually has a new gun that's going to be out in 2 months. But I can't say anything else about it. Walker's Razor muffs. Never actually used those. When I use muffs, I have the impacts. Have used those. Yeah, Shadow is a great pistol. Colt 1911 officer model. Any experience with that, gentlemen? I know that he's asking the panel. So if anyone knows on that, I have not. No, I shot a Colt. It wasn't the officer. Which one was it? Gosh, and it wasn't mine. It was a long time ago because we were comparing it against the Dan Wesson, or he wanted to shoot my Dan Wesson and I shot his Colt, but I can't remember. And it could have been the officer model. I'm not sure. It was so long ago. Let's see here. But yeah, I'll just show y'all a couple, just since let's see how many we got on here. We got 29 watching, and I appreciate y'all all being on here. I, of course, am staying in a hotel. And, I travel with guns and stuff like that, and I don't really advertise it. But, at night when I'm in the hotels, I'll do dry fire practice and stuff like that. And I was walking with this bad boy through the little lobby, and everybody was freaking out. So I thought it was pretty funny. I just threw it up on my shoulder like this and came walking in the door with it. But I figured I'd mess with some people. And then I got my little Oakley go bag, and it's full of mags and a little special surprise. So travel with that with me, and it is unloaded, chamber's open. So it's a fun little toy. Let's see here. Yeah, it's a little CZ Scorpion, but these are. I'll go ahead and since y'all are on this chat, these are MC Digital Armory. So he sent these out for me to test, and you can actually remove these spacers, the black spacers, and you can put these two together. But I've got such large hands, I wanted them spaced out a little bit, and he did the red in a special color for me. He doesn't really offer the red, but I thought that was really cool of him. And I got some shotgun loaders. So also, and they're not on that belt, they're at home, but it is Uncle Dan. I've got plenty of mags. I just unloaded it because I'm on video. So, but yeah, Big Al, they leave me extra towels. But yeah, I like to. Let's see, Rony Big J. Have you considered mill work done on your Shadow 2, and where would you send it? I called Stuart today, and they have 8 to 10 weeks. Yeah, I'm. And of course, here's the gun check PO9, and got the 21+1. I'm actually, there's a place in El Paso, Texas that does really good work. I'll give you the name of it real quick. Let's see here. Let me get their number or get their name. It's Fire for Effect. Fire for Effect. And they actually do mill slides, and it's fire for effect. And they actually do a lot of mill work for all kinds of pistols. What sight do I have on my Scorpion? I have a TRS 25, little Bushnell, and it actually co-witnesses with the sights. So if you do not put it on a mount, it actually completely co-witnesses with the factory sights. So, but hello, Robin. Hello, William. Armsmen. Yeah, the TRS 25s, I've got 4 or 5 of them, and I've never had a problem with the TRS 25. I've got them on some ARs and stuff, and they work really well. For a second, I thought that was a 1911 45 ACP, not a CZ. No, it's just a big old P09. So these are the sandpaper pistol grips. I'm actually been testing them out and really liking them. Get great grip, and they don't scratch up my back or anything like that. And I don't wear a t-shirt, so it's literally right up against the skin, and I haven't had any issues with it at all. Been working very well. But do y'all have any questions? You know, like I said, I kind of wanted to, you know, answer questions. If y'all got anything that you're curious about or an opinion, if I can help, or if anybody else in the chat, you know, there's a lot of good people with a lot of experience in the chats too. You can have that stuff sent to my FFL if you want, under my name, of course. Yeah, I appreciate that, Big Al. Yeah, you know, like I said, hey, you guys and ladies come to Texas, you know, we can meet up, and like I said, I'm not opposed to that. Heat cover for a suppressor. You know, I personally, and this is really bad of me, back when I was younger, now, of course, I was over 21. In my county in Texas, you did not, like, I could just go and get a stamp from the local judge, and we could get suppressors. You didn't have to go through all this crap that you do now. And of course, I'm an older guy, I'm not young, but you didn't have to go through all this crap that you do now to get a suppressor. And so we could just get a stamp, boom, I could go and get it, and that was the way it was. Of course, it's changed a lot. So I actually had 2 suppressors back in the day. I had a 9mm and a 45 version, and they were the old baffle systems where you had to take them apart, and you know, it's old school technology. Matter of fact, today you probably couldn't buy parts for them. And when I got rid of some guns, I actually got rid of the 2 suppressors. I was an idiot. And that was before they had this suppressor law and all this other stuff. So that was a long, long time ago. But, and like I said, even if I had them today, they probably wouldn't work worth the damn. You know, it was, like I said, super old technology. Let's see here. Is the Shadow 2 worth the money for an occasional match in a range shooting? Yes. Steve, I highly, highly recommend the Shadow 2. You know, I got one of the first ones, and I've had it for, gosh, quite a while. I've probably shot about 8 competitions with it, and I've also shot some with my Tanfolio Stock 2, and it is a fan shooting pistol. And you know, hell, even if you want to use it for a bedside gun, or if you want to use it for just a target gun, just to go out and have fun with, you know, I recommend it. You know, and I know that it's designed for competition and stuff like that, but you know, if you just want to take a pistol out and enjoy it, you know, you can't beat the capacity. You can get mag extensions for it. I mean, you know, you could load these things up 26 rounds plus. So, you know, it's just a great pistol. Matter of fact, I've got it with me because when I do my dry firing, believe it or not, it's in here. So it doesn't even look like a pistol case. It's a shaving kit, but I try to make it a little incognito, but it's in here. I'll go ahead and take it out and show you because I do have something new on it. It's right here. It's a fantastic pistol. It is double action, single action. You know, some people know that. Now, what I've done, and it comes with the flat safeties, I actually put the extended safety on there. and I do run it in double action, single action, but I just like a thumb ledge, kind of like a 1911. It just helps me push down on the gun a little bit better. But yeah, fantastic pistol. And just to let you know, I'll go ahead and show you all. These are the new lock grips, and these are prototypes, so they don't have my crazy colors that I choose, but they're ledgeless. So he's not going to have the ledge. He's going to have an option to where there's no ledge. So you can come up and sweep the safety easier. But that is for the palm swell. You'll see it swelled out, and for my hands, I just love it. I mean, it's just a great pistol. But, I got really huge hands, and so that's a Shadow 2, and you know how big that thing is. But it's just a fantastic pistol, so I highly recommend it. You don't have to shoot competitions to own one. Let's see here. Yes, IAMO. I sent that out to a bunch of my guys. So Insight, you grabbed that deal. Yeah, that was an incredible deal. I sent that out to a bunch of people who don't have Shadow 2s, and they had 30 Shadow 2s in stock, and they sold out like super, super quick. So Insight, you got a smoking deal on that. I couldn't believe they had 30 of them. Would a ported slide help cool down the pistol? Logan, honestly, I've shot ported pistols before. I've even owned them in the past. A lot of people say that it does. I don't really know that it does. I mean, it does help keep the muzzle down on some pistols. Either a larger caliber pistol, but it's I'm not worried about the blinding flash or any of that kind of stuff. I won't carry a ported pistol on a carry gun, and this is just my opinion, just in case, say, my wife were in the passenger seat and someone were breaking in the passenger door and I had to turn and shoot the person. I don't want any of the, the carbon and stuff coming out of the port and, damaging someone's eyes potentially. That's the only reason I don't carry one. I do like them. I don't think they're bad or anything like that. It's just a preference. Speaking of mags, found out this weekend that the Taurus 24/7 mags can be adapted to fit the stires. That's pretty cool. Big Al, I actually, on my Shadow 2, I didn't really want the urban gray. That's just a coating, and it can wear. I think it looks cool when it wears. But I actually like the black because you can change the grips, and you can also do it on the urban gray too. And I've got some urban gray guns already. I've got the 75B that's urban gray. I've got, of course, this P09 is urban gray. But I do like the urban gray. Do you use O-rings when you dry fire? Yes, I've talked about this before. You can put the O-ring in the back, or you can use snapped caps. You don't absolutely have to, but it can prolong the life. So it's whatever you choose to do. Have you ever tried the CZ75 Tactical Sport? No, I've actually put my hands on it. I have the CZ75 Tactical, but not the Sport. But honestly, the 75, there's a new one out. It's a Tactical Sport, and it's all blue with the blue magwell. And I did try it, and I also have the TSO, the Tactical Sport Orange, and I actually like the Tactical Sport Orange better than the blue. It has a better trigger, but that's just an opinion. Plus, on the TSO, you have the kickstand, or you can actually unscrew the kickstand, and that's where you can put your red dot bracket for it on the TSO. How hot do you get your pistols? I've had them pretty hot. When you're shooting competition, if you run 30 rounds really quickly, because those competitions, I mean, I've got some videos on it. You think, I guess in your brain, you're like, oh, that was about 2.5 minutes. However, it was about 30 seconds when you run through the stages. So you can heat them up pretty quick, but it doesn't harm them. And of course, at the range, I've been to some ranges where they will let you rapid fire. There's a couple in Oklahoma that will. And I've had smoke pouring off the front of the pistol before. I've had a ton of mags loaded up and just unloaded them. So yeah, I mean, you can heat up any pistol, but it's not going to hurt it. Same reason I don't use any other. Okay. Thinking about the Walther P5, just as a collective. Anyone else had any experience with these? I have not on the P5. I like a hot pistol. That means I'm having fun. Yeah, that's true. Easy over O-rings on cheap earbuds. Yeah, I remember you saying that, Big Al. Um, okay, so Big Al's in Oklahoma. Yeah, and like I said, I traveled there quite a bit. So, and I've shot with Fu Master Chew. He's right there in Oklahoma, and we had a really good time. Looking for a carry compact 45 caliber. Any ideas? Hmm, I mean, you can get a a 1911 small 1911 carry. Um, if you're into 1911s, you know I'll tell you a really great compact, and I own it, is the Shield 45. The Shield 45 is a unbelievable shooting 45. Believe it or not, you would think that it would be like very snappy or a lot of push, but it's not. I mean, the Shield 45, if you're looking for that small, that thing shoots unbelievably well. I really, really do like the Shield 45. So that's just an option. But I mean, there's XD, and I did shoot the XD. A buddy of mine has the XD 45 when it first came out, and I thought it was just kind of, most 45s have push, but this thing had snap and push. And then when I got the Shield 45, we actually shot them against each other. He ended up trading his XD in, and he bought a Shield 45 from shooting it. So he really liked it. Let's see here. I love your souped up shield. Yeah, I'll tell you what, that shield, and I've caught some flack over the trigger, um, from people. And now I've got Apex trigger in my 45 and my shield 9mm. And the, the Apex trigger, you can take the Apex kit and your shield factory kit that comes in it, and you can intermix those springs. And because the shield carry package brings it down to about 5 pounds, sometimes a little less with just that factory kit, or 5 pounds 2 ounces. But if you mix the springs, you can get it way down there. Like my shield 9mm is like three, and I've got a video on it where it's the shield 45 and the 9mm after the Apex kit where I've mixed them. And I want to say on the 45, of course, that has the 2.0, the better trigger, but it was 3 pounds 2 ounces, and the Shield 1.0 is now 3 pounds 8 ounces. And I know I caught a lot of flack saying the trigger's too light and stuff. Well, the trigger's too light only if you touch it. So, keep your finger off the trigger. No bang switch, it doesn't go bang. So that's kind of how I do it. Do you have any red dots on your pistols? Cajun, I do not as of yet, but that is going to change. So that's kind of what I'll tell you right now. Let's see here. I like the look of the Micro 9. Let's see here. I bought my Springfield RO before they screwed up. Yeah, it's grandfathered in. Yeah, Shooting with Uncle Dan is saying, the compact 45 car. I'm personally not a car fan. And I know that they make great pistols, and if you like them, that's great. I'm just not a car fan. The slide, is super hard. Now I can pull it back, but I know some people who can't pull it back. And the trigger's just not that great, in my opinion. But like I said, a lot of people like them. So I'm not, I'm not bashing any gun because 31 flavors, everybody likes something different. I have shot the CW45. This is Mr. Tommy Boy 9. I've shot the 45, and wondering what to expect on recoil for such a small gun. It has recoil, but if you get go back to your basics and have a really great grip, the correct posture, press forward, you're going to be fine with it. It's going to be 45s usually have push. Some 45s will have a little pop and a push. So just shoot it and see how it works for you. Vortex Venom on my Glock 19 Gen 4. Had it milled for the Vortex. Had to get prescription glasses tweaked a bit, stop the ghosting. Yeah. I have a very slight stigmatism, and what's weird on red dots is when I look at them, they're kind of a starburst. And, I kind of found that out that I had a stigmatism from shooting red dots on ARs and stuff like that. I was like, man, I can't get this thing clear. What the heck's going on? This red dot's messed up. Well, it's not the red dot, it was my eyes. So I've got some glasses that I can put on, and it really makes it a lot better. But to be honest with you, I hate to wear the damn thing sometimes. Hey, music. Thanks for coming on. Yeah, and Firearms 101 definitely brings up a good point. Train, train, train. Anything that you own and you shoot and you carry, definitely be familiar with that pistol or that rifle or that, AR or whatever it is. You definitely want to, know what you're doing. And a lot of people I've got a lot of comments saying, hey, I'm looking at my first pistol, or excuse me, a lot of questions. I'm looking at my first pistol. I did get one gentleman. He said he was looking for his first pistol for his stepdaughter that's about to be 21, and she's going to get her CHL or her handgun license and be able to carry. And, he was talking about like a PO1 with Cajunized triggers and, doing all this other stuff. And I was like, I don't know if I'd recommend that for a very first gun. Sometimes people have problems with double action, single action. So I always recommend a striker fire first. Now, depending, of course, what their shooting experience is. If they've shot tons of striker fires and tons of single action, double action, hey, go for it, whatever you're comfortable with. But I would say for the average person right out of the box that doesn't have a lot of shooting experience, probably go with the striker fire first and then build up to a double action, single action, or hell, shoot a revolver first. It depends on the type of double action, single action. If you've got a really long, hard first pull, and that person can pull it back. Some people don't have the strength in their fingers to pull back some double actions. So it's just be proficient and try a bunch of different pistols before you just run out and buy one that you think might work for you. But to get a super light trigger and all this other stuff for your very first gun, I don't know if I would do that, but that's just a recommendation. Venom is clear. Okay. Hey, Live for Wild. What's up, buddy? I appreciate you being on. Has your buddy experienced any misfires? Okay. Logan might be asking someone else. Well, I appreciate that, Mr. Tommy Boy. Like I said, what's really funny, and I'll kind of share this story. I think I've shared it on a video, but way back when. I actually didn't even do YouTube. I just would go on and comment on people's videos, and I kept commenting on Coda Boys forever. And Coda Boy actually was like, you know what? You need to do videos. You've got a lot of good stuff to say, and da 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 da. And believe it or not, and then I won one of his subscriber giveaways way back when. And we actually started talking, became friends, and he's like, you need to do YouTube videos. So Coda Boy is actually the one that got me into YouTube, believe it or not. So everything goes to Coda Boy as far as me starting videos. But I appreciate that, Tommy Boy. Hey, Dave Gass, I appreciate you. Yeah, I hear you guys are going to get pounded with more snow, man. That's crazy. Shot the red dot out of my target with the PO9. Shot the red dot out of my target with my PO9. Shot the red out of my target with my PO9. That's awesome. I'm sorry. I thought you were saying red dot. Music, that's awesome. Yeah, I love my PO9. PO9 and PO7 are super great entry level pistols to striker fire, single action, double action if you haven't experienced them. Yeah, they shoot awesome. Biggest issues is the sights, not the trigger. Yeah, music. Like I said, I've shown this before, but I've got the fiber optics on my PO9. Carry them, love them. It's really hard when you shoot them in competition. Like on a shadow. This sight picture right there, and of course it's brighter in the daytime. And I did change the front sight to green instead of red. But when you get used to this in competition, and then you see it on your carry guns also. I mean, the target acquisition is unbelievable. If you had to take a really long shot, even with your PO9, say, a 10 or a 12 or 15-yard headshot, if you had to, you could do it. And when I get, night sights and just the stock sights, they're bigger and it actually blocks out the target more. So it's harder for me to get a precise shot on them. I could do it, but it wouldn't be as accurate. That's just my opinion. So, Walther CCP is a great first gun. Yeah, I was going to say any, like a Shield, a Walther. I wouldn't recommend a PPQ because of it is a lighter trigger. But yeah, Big Al, I appreciate all those. Heck, if anybody wants to give thumbs up, I appreciate it. I do. Let's see here. Okay, Stephen, are you planning on buying any new pistols, Big J, or any new rifles, or just working on your AR build? I have a ton of pistols. I have a ton of rifles. Have some ARs. There's nothing out there that just really, really excites me. And I've said this on our Three Guys Gun Chat too. There's just nothing that is just really grabbing my attention right now. And I'm not saying I wouldn't buy something. There's really nothing I need, and I'm just being very honest. I've got a lot of pistols that I love, and I have tons of pistols that just sit in the safe, and I don't even shoot them. I was going through and looking, and I've got some pistols. Honestly, a lot of pistols I haven't even shot, and I have some that I haven't even shot in a year. They're just sitting there. But I enjoy them. Hey, Curious Yellow Solar, yes sir, I'm live. Yes, shooting with Uncle Dan, it is KB's fault. He's the one that made me do it. Big Al loves PO7. Yep, they're great. Those CZPs are super. Yep, they are. Do you guys celebrate St. Patrick's Day down south? Yeah, there's bars and stuff that have green beer and do all that kind of stuff. But, I've been there, done that, got a hat and a t-shirt. Let's see here. 36 viewers. Nice, Big J. Yeah, and like I said, I did this pretty early. So, I was bored, and Dave and some other people were saying, hey, when are you going to do the Outlaw chat? And I'm like, I hadn't done one in a while. I'll do it next week. So Live for Wild, yes, I love his PO9, or he loves his PO9, most accurate carry gun he owns. Yes, and I have seen his shot placements, and he's chewed the center out of many targets that I've seen for Live for Wild on his PO9. Yeah, my weekend was great. Wasn't long enough. Yes, Frank, if you just tuned in, I appreciate you being on. I am on the road again. I'm right outside of Austin, and got brought plenty of toys. Yeah, that's what heck, Sandpaper, I was just showing your grips, loving the grips, and been carrying them. They don't irritate my skin, no t-shirt needed, and really like them. So, Grandpa, yeah. And I shot Bald & Curious's Grandpower when we went to the farm. I shot his Excalibur and his other one, the smaller one. I can't remember the number on it. And the Excalibur shoots really nice. Matter of fact, a long time ago, I was actually going to buy the Excalibur, but I decided just to get more CZs, and no reason for me to change. I really like the CZs. We're in a new movement. One more gun, so you have to get something, Big J. Yeah. And if y'all, anybody that tuned in, brought some toys. I do travel with this quite a bit. Really like it. It's got the SB folding, so it folds up and fits in a little small bag. Really liking this a lot. A lot of fun to shoot. And that way you can have the same caliber is the same as your carry gun. So that's one reason I like it. Let's see here. I sold my first gun I bought, SD9 VE, no longer viable. I understand music. And like I said, some people just collect guns forever. And I've got a very good size gun collection, but there are some guns I've gotten rid of because I just fall out of love with them. And I know I'm not going to shoot them anymore. So that is definitely the good thing that you can do. Trade it, get something that you're going to enjoy. Don't pick up any boxes out here. No Sandpaper, I know. That's one reason. Like I said, I'm staying outside of Austin. I'm not near the downtown area, and I'm not going to be picking up any packages. I promise that. Yeah, music got Talons. Oh my gosh, Sandpaper's on here. He's going to get mad at you. I have had the Talons before, even like I told Sandpaper. The little finger, they have those little fingery things that wrap around, and I put them on correctly, and those things, they just kept peeling off. So I don't know if they just didn't agree with me or what, but I haven't had good luck with those. So that was just my personal experience. I know a lot of people have them and they love them and they work great. So let's see here. There's the only reason the grand power we know by name is a caliber. Yeah. Let's see here. Can we do a carry check? Yeah, I did it earlier, Logan. What are you guys carrying? I would love to hear. You're more into pistols than rifles. Yes, when I was younger, I shot tons of 22s, tons of shotguns, and then I got into pistols when I was really hardcore pistols. And that my very first pistol I ever shot when I was a little kid was my grandfather's 45. It was a 1911 45, all stainless, heavy duty. He had the grip safety pinned, and he made me shoot a fence post with it from about 10 yards away. And it took me 3 shots to hit it. And after that, I was hooked. And, I was always a really tall kid. So I never had any problems. And my grandfather taught me, put your butt in it, lean forward. And I did. And ever since then, I've really been into pistols. But I do want to get my AR game up. I'm going to be starting 3-gun. I know the basics of shotguns. I shot just basic sporting clays and stuff like that, skeet, not professionally, just as fun. Done bird hunting in the past, pheasants, dove. Never been duck hunting. But anyway, so let's see here. So I am going to be getting more into AR. That's what I really want to, and I shot ARs before, but I want to get more into going out. It's just the ranges. There's not a lot of longer ranges in my area. An hour from my house, there's a range, and it's only like 100 yards. So, but that's yeah. Excuse me. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, Frank is asking me, some people travel with the wife, some with their dog, but Big J, yeah, travel with guns. There's Finger Lakes Prepper. I come in and you're funneling your CZs, the torture. Yes, always have to play with the CZs. Yeah, I don't care what James Yeager says. I enjoy the pistol caliber carbines. I mean, this thing, I tell you what, this CZ Scorpion eats anything I've put through it. I've put reman, I've put aluminum through it to test it. I've shot it with HST 124 grains. It eats them. I shot 147 grain. It eats it. I mean, I haven't had one malfunction out of this pistol yet. The CZ Scorpion pistol. So I love it. And trust me, it eats ammo like crazy. So it goes through it very quick. Let's see here. Okay, Jim Gregory, I have recently been turned onto CZs, longtime SIG guy, but CZs are moving up fast. Yeah, they're a lot of fun, and I mean, I have tons of striker fire pistols. And honestly, striker fire, you're just getting a constant trigger all the time. And I like a little variety. I like to keep it fresh. I feel that double action, single action give me a little more training or a little more trigger control. They make me focus on my trigger control more. Where striker fire guns, I can just go out and it's a constant trigger. I mean, I can shoot striker fires great, but I find it a little more of a challenge with double action, single actions, and I enjoy them more, and I even shot those back in the day. Let's see here. PPQ. Yes, Frank, I have a PPQ. Really do like the PPQ. So Frank's got his PPQ. Big Al's got the P07. Shooting Uncle Dan's got the G17. Cajun Tigers has the Cajun P01. SIG P6 for Knuckles. G19 Uncle Dan. Guess he's got 2 on. Stephen Worth 2.0 compact. 40 cal sewing machine sucks. Okay. Mod 2 subcompact for winter carry. Come on down, Big J. Hell, I was there, Uncle Dan, and tried to, I thought we were going to meet, and you never showed up. You stood me up. Let's see. Oh, we got Coda Boy. Hell, Coda Boy, I was talking about you. Your ears must have been burning. I am behind on the chat, so let's see here. I'll try to catch up here. Yeah, Dexter, that is a valid point. And that's kind of the way I looked at it. Variety is, and being familiar with multiple setups is best. And that's kind of the way I look at it. I know guys that, just shoot only striker fire, or maybe like a Glock 19 or 17 only. And, I just like to be a little more into all firearms. And, I own revolvers. I'm just not a huge revolver fan. I know there's some super, super nice ones out there. But I do like capacity. So, and I know that you can get speed, clips and all these other things, but I'd rather just slam a mag in it and go if I had to. Just left the range, sighting in my 12 gauge shotgun for slugs, and that was no fun. Yeah, Coda Boy, your shoulder's probably going to be worn out. Hey, Inside, I appreciate you, brother. Playing hard to get beads yet. Yeah, I was going to say. Oh, and also I sent you a PM, so I don't know if you ever got that. I never got a response, Uncle Dan. I have a PPQ in 45. What is your 45 or 9? My PPQ is a 9mm, so I do not have the PPQ 45. Let's see here. What's up for Wild? How are you, sir? How's that PPQ 45? Hey, Steven, how are you? Da-da-da. We have Eat and Shoot this weekend here in Oklahoma, long range and pistol. Hey, that's cool, Big Al. That ought to be a lot of fun. If y'all are down in Pennsylvania, let me know. Can hit the farm with a day of shooting. Hey, that's cool. Yeah, I don't get to Pennsylvania very much, but yeah, that's awesome. Firearms. We're talking about how good looking I am. It's hard to live with all this goodness. No, we weren't talking about that, Coda Boy. We were talking about you are the one who got me into YouTube with me commenting on your videos, and you said, "Hey, you ought to do videos," and that's what I was telling everyone, that you're the one who got me into doing this. Oh, okay. Yeah, shooting with Uncle Dan, you do have to pull it from your. No, you can get it on your. You can get it on your phone also. It'll come through as kind of like an email. It'll say you were sent a PM, and then you have to re-enter your email, and you can go in that way. Um, it. Okay, Frank, I don't know what it, but I'm sure you're talking someone else. Oh, maybe he was typing something else. Um, yeah, it's KB's fault. It's always KB's fault. No, KB's a great guy. We talk about 2 or 3 times a week. He is a good guy. But the only part of Pennsylvania is worth it is the western part. Yeah, and I've only been to Pennsylvania once, and it was Hershey. I think it was Hershey, Pennsylvania, and that was, gosh, 15 years ago. I think it's the only time I've ever been there. I appreciate you. Live for a while. Take care, brother. Big L, I shouldn't do videos. I have zero to offer. Plus, my YouTube vids look like a third grader made them. Hey, Big L, man, just do them. Hell, I'll watch them. That's what Coda Boy said. And, to be honest with you, I don't edit my videos. I've never even edited a video since I've done videos because, not saying editing's bad. I mean, honestly, I could probably really figure it out and do all that other stuff, but I just kind of, just spew at the mouth and, I mean, I don't have any issues with it, but heck, you ought to try it, Big Al. You never know. We would all watch them. I film with a potato. Yeah, hell, I mean, you can use anything you want. Matter of fact, my car chats, I just had this little cheesy round thing that holds a phone. Matter of fact, it was given to me. Somebody just said, "Hey, do you want this?" And I didn't even know what the hell it was at first. I said, "Sure." So I just stick my phone in it, throw it up on the dash, and that's what I use. Um, so, I mean, you can do a chat or you can do a video on anything and with anything. Let's see here. Okay, thanks, Coda Boy. Coda Boy says he would like to take this opportunity to apologize to everyone. He didn't realize that I was going to take him seriously about the YouTube thing. So, yeah, Uncle Dan, you can't. I was going to say us Texans make stuff work, so we can adapt. There's duct tape and baling wire for everything. Somebody was asking me a question here. Okay, any recommendations for nine, and this is from Logan White, any recommendations for 9mm striker fire pistols? Um, there's a lot of nice striker fire pistols. The 2.0 compact, I have shot it. It's a very nice pistol. I really like the VP9. Really became a fan of the VP9, and I own the PPQ, and the PPQ is really nice too. I have really, really big hands. So the PPQ, even with the large backstrap on it, is not quite big enough for me. So on my VP9, I use the large backstrap and the large side straps, and it's working out really well for me. The only thing is where the slide release is or slide release, whatever you want to call it. I know there's 15 different names for it, and everybody gets, has to be friendly. But with my hands, I do tend to hit it and ride it a couple of times. But I've got the +5s for my VP9 mags, and so that's 20 rounds. So hopefully, if I can't get it done in 20 rounds, it's not going to be that big of a deal. And there's sometimes I won't hit the slide release or the slide lock, whatever you want to call it. There are sometimes I do. Let's see here. Yeah, music, I appreciate you. Says likes the raw style, especially conversation chats, and I just try to keep it real. I don't try to edit a bunch of stuff, and I've seen some videos that are highly edited, and it's almost like they said the wrong thing, like maybe, hey, this gun sucks or whatever, and then they took it out and changed something. So, and I'm not saying everyone does that. Don't take me wrong. I just kind of talk, and if I screw up, I'll say, oh, this is what I meant to say. Let's see here. Yes, Dexter, we all do need to stand together, and more voices do help. That's true. I mean, I've been, emailing my senators, emailing and calling the White House. Matter of fact, Ted Cruz has, I'm on his emailing list. He sends me updates like once or twice a week of what's going on or what he's fighting for. And they're not to me, it's to me personally, but they're just bulked out there, to supporters and stuff like that. So, but, if you don't get in contact with these people, and they don't hear what you have to say, with all this crap that's going on about stripping our, Second Amendment and stuff like that. I mean, we need to let our voices heard. 16-year-olds and stuff like that don't even vote, and they don't even pay taxes. And I'm not saying they can't have an opinion, but our opinion matters more, is the way that I look at it. And I'm not discrediting anyone that could be younger on this chat. I'm just trying to say that, we have lived a little more experience, or a lot more experience than some of the younger people. And also, we're not sheeple. We don't just, join. We actually stand up. There's a difference between a sheeple and a leader, and you have to stand up for what you believe in. And I know they are too. However, the Second Amendment, they have the right to the First Amendment, and we do too, but we also have the right to the Second Amendment. So you can't take away one without taking away, or you can't take away ours without taking away theirs. So that's the way I look at it. Thank you, Coda Boy. I appreciate you. Definitely, I appreciate all the thumbs up. You guys are great. And ladies, yes, Hard Target is a big VP9 fan. Matter of fact, I bought my VP9 and had problems running 115 in it. I've even got a video on it. Mine was the edition where they updated it with the 40 caliber spring, but they didn't bother to tell me, and there was no note in there saying, hey, shoot 124 grain. So I took it to the range. I was shooting 115 out of it, and all the it was just hitting me in the wrist. And I'm like, what the heck is going on with this thing? The ejection was very erratic. And, Hard Target was telling me, hey, something's going on. And so I finally reached out to H&K, and they said, oh yeah, you've got the updated 40 spring in it. And I was like, well, hell, why wasn't there anything? Why didn't anybody say anything? It doesn't say anything in the box. Anyway, talking to them, they actually sent me a 115 spring also. So I have both springs. And with the 115 spring, it works great, works phenomenal. When I shoot the 124 self-defense ammo, it shoots great with both springs. So, that was, like I said, I just had to know that, and then I knew what to prepare for. Let's see here. High point. I've shot some high points before. I'm not a huge high point fan. However, if that's what someone can afford to protect themselves and their families, by all means, buy it. Because I've got some friends who have them, and they kind of got them as knock-around guns. Matter of fact, one of the gentlemen that I know, he's got 7 of them, and he owns a wrecker company. And he actually checks them out to their guys each day, believe it or not, just to put in the wrecker as truck guns. And he shoots them, and he's never had an issue with them. So, and the one that I shot, it was the really big. This thing was like a 45 size, but it was a 9mm. Of course, it was like a boat anchor, but just a blowback design. But the damn thing fed. It shot everything I put through it. So, on 9mm depends on how many rounds. Let's see, they might be talking amongst themselves. Hate to say it, but Glock, slide lever, yes, I know. Slide lever, slide release, whatever you want to say. High point for the win. Lots of great 4-inch barrels, 9mm. Yeah, there are. There's tons of them out there. Big J, what is a good entry level red dot for a handgun? Then, if I like it, I would move up. I mean, there's a lot. You know, Vortex makes a really nice one. I know they have a lifetime warranty. They have Vortex, they have the Venom edition, and I've looked through them and shot through them. KS has a couple of them, and I didn't have any problems with them, and he's never had to send one back. I have shot through a Burris before, and they were okay, but the one that I shot through, he had to send it back, I think twice. So, and they finally got another one that worked. Let's see here. You guys know I'm kidding. Big Johnson's one of my favorite YouTubers, and I consider him a very close friend. Yeah, I was gonna say Coda Boy and I are tighter than a frog's butt, so it's all good. And we love to razz on each other. So, and I've got thick skin, so don't worry about that. What do you think of editing in a real life perspective on editing life? Um, Not sure what you mean by that, Sammy. I don't know if you mean like are people trying to edit their life, meaning they're trying to hide stuff in their life. I don't know what you're meaning on that. You can probably give me some more information. Um, Uncle Dan thought he was your favorite. I would do that in a heartbeat if it was real. Agreed. Got my sandpaper pistol grip on PL7. BJ feels good. Cool. Yeah, I'm liking it. Yeah, Wicked, I appreciate you, brother. He is saying, sorry, Big J, they don't care what you have to say. The system is a sham. Yeah, I tell you what, it's getting it's almost getting to the point where we the people don't have a say. Um, they want to let everyone else say, you know. And I noticed, I watched the governor of Florida when he was signing all that stuff, and he basically came out, or he did say it, and I was kind of taken. He said, you know, we've listened to the kids, so they made the difference. And I'm like, well, damn, what about all the good, respective gun owners? You know, everyone sent in, you know, information on him and or their opinions, and I don't think that was taken into consideration. You know, everybody's jumping on this bandwagon to block this and block that and try to do this and try to do that, but yet all these people have security guards, etc., that are armed. So, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, the only thing we can do is make our voices. We can make our attempts, and we can try to get our voices out there, whether it be on YouTube, you know, emails, calls, you know, stay on people's butts. I guess Simon's asking someone else, James, what's their favorite gun? Have you ever watched the video with Pops Quest and Gil from Hard Target? That's a great gun club that I'm a member of 4 miles away from my house. Dave, I have not seen that. I will look it up, and I've heard Pops Quest talk about Gil and all that. And I know, you know, I mean, Gil is a great guy. You know, we've talked outside of YouTube also, and I have seen. I think Gil had a video where you were on there too, and I did see that. Don't listen to any demographic where eating a Tide Pod is a possibility. Yes, that is true. You know, anybody that's going to eat laundry detergent, something's wrong with them. So, Nathan, the only thing we can do is keep on them. lead follower, get the hell out of the way. And that's my feeling too. You know, don't be a sheeple, be a leader, stand up for your shit. What's your view on the countless massacres occurring in U.S. due to the gun law currently in place? Megan Fenwick, what's my view on the countless massacres occurring in U.S. due to the gun law currently in place? Okay, the countless massacres. The way that I would look at it is the countless massacres is if this is what you're saying. You know, a lot of those happen, apparently, I don't know countless massacres, but a lot of these are gun-free zones. So the wolves walk to the hen house and know that they can kill the chickens or the hens. If you had people who were armed, they could help defend other people's lives and take care of the threat. You know, I have personally been to London and on the tubes, which are their versions of the trains. And one night, one person stabbed 11 people with a knife, a pocket knife. Okay. So he could have had a fork. He could have had a bat. He could have had a toothpick. You know, there was no good guy with a gun or another knife to defend themselves to save other people's lives. So 11 people were stabbed for no reason. So, you know, it's not a gun issue or the tools issue. It is the mental issue. And we as good gun owners have to be able to defend ourselves against the bad element, whether it be with a, you know, if they have a bat, a rock, a stone, whatever it might be, we have the right to defend ourselves. So that's my answer to that. Let's see here. Getting a question. Do you play video games? Oh, I guess they're asking someone else. Keep hearing that more youth on our side, but they're being silenced. The Outlaw of Josie Wales. That's what pisses me off. Lefties using children push their agendas. Yes, I agree with that. How many people have you shot, Johnson? Huh. I haven't had to shoot anyone. So, and that's a good thing. That's not what I'm trying to do. So, but if I had to defend my life or some other people that I did not even know, then I would be prepared to do that. How about the 5G, big microwave? Those walls keep us in. Huh, okay. I should use the delete more often. If they all use the body of dead kids to do it, then there's nothing in limits. Sammy's a vegan. Great. I've got 8. Okay. All right. How many people have you shot, Johnson? Okay. So I guess Simon Malkins is saying he's got 8. Hey, Rich. What's up, man? Bad hunter. Yeah. Beef is delicious. I've got 3 girlfriends at the moment. Don't know what I should do. Yeah, I don't either, Sammy. Yeah, music. There's a lot of great, 5-inch pistols out there. You know, it's just depending on what you're looking for at that time. Ruger American Compact is an awesome firearm. It's a little hefty for EDC, but it is a good choice. Yeah, and I actually have put my hands on that, and you're right, it is a little chunky. You know, when I looked at it and put it in my hand, I was like, man, this thing's a little chunky, but I'm sure they're great pistols. I personally have never shot one. What do I think about revolvers from Big Al? I mean, I feel that revolvers definitely have their place, and they're a great pistol. You know, if people really like, a long pull at the first, and I know that you can cock the hammer back, make it a shorter pull. And I know there's some really sweet revolver triggers. However, I like capacity. So, I mean, when I was younger, I could shoot revolvers pretty well. To be honest with you, I haven't shot revolvers in a long time, so I probably need to break them back out and shoot them. We will wait until it's too late to use our guns to defend our flag. They will have drones programmed to take our heads off. Okay. Let's see. Easier to clean. Yes, they are. What do you think of KS fork stop munitions, 9mm versus okay. NC is asking, what do I think of KS? I really like KS. Four Scott munitions, 9mm rounds versus the jacketed hollow points for carry. You know, I mean, any ammo that I run in my pistols. I'm a big HST fan. You know, I run it through all of my carry pistols, multiple rounds to make sure that it's going to function correctly. I would say anything that you're going to carry, make sure that it's going to function and work correctly for you. I personally don't have any experience with that. You know, so I'm not real sure about that personally. I've never shot it, so I don't know. Okay, Simon is asking me, Big Jew Hansen, are you my favorite YouTube? Do you kiss your weapons? No, I don't kiss my weapons. Question, Big J. Okay, let's see here. ATF, how do you hold that shield? It is so small. Believe it or not, I can hold the shield really good and I can shoot it good. I do use the extensions, the mag extensions. That's what gives me a better grip on them. I use the +2 mag extensions and I've had really good luck with them. I've used the hives in the past. Now I'm going to try out the new ones that I got. So we'll see how they go. And, you know, we'll kind of report back and I'll probably have some videos. But actually the shield is the ones that are small to me is the Glock 43 and of course the Noose 365. Those things are really tiny for me. Oh, and what is it? The Sig 938 seems very tiny to me also. Have you seen the action before? Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, Michael's just on being a little troll, I guess, apparently. How many laws are already on the books that are not being enforced? Yeah, exactly. There's a lot. You know, they just want to, their answer is add more and more laws, and that's not what we need at all. Let's see here. Kids coming to schools. Yeah, I've tested the how many Florida changing constitution. Ronald Big J Gill's a great guy. See if I'm missing any snowflakes alert. Yes, apparently we've got one on here and he's about to get launched. Yeah, NC Civil War, the place that I buy the federal HSTs is GT Distributors. They actually also even have an online store. You can get 50 round boxes for like $19.99, and you can get the HST 124 or 147 for the same price. So that's, you know, just share that with you. Now, I don't know, I pick it up in the store, so I don't know what their shipping rates are, but GT Distributors has really good prices on them. Okay, Steve, when I was 16, he had a gun pulled on him. Yeah, that's, I was going to say, that has happened. Now, he just asked if I ever shot anyone, and I've never shot anyone. So that's it. Hey, Phil Rivers, appreciate you coming on, brother. Appreciate it, Logan, man. Have a great day, buddy. We'll be on Wednesday with the Three Guys Gun Chat. We got Scotsman on here. Yep, there's a Scotsman. Hey, what's up, Scotsman? See if I, what do you think about a 38 special? I actually have two 38 specials, and I do like 38 specials. You know, no problem in shooting them. You know, you can get a 357 and shoot 38s in it also. So that way you can shoot 357 if you want to, and 38s also. Let's see here. I have two, both of mine are Smith & Wesson. Does it matter? Why does 9mm come in 115 grain? Just more powder. So, okay, if you're going to switch out your hammer in the shadow to what would you switch it out to, Cajun or CZ Custom? Civilian, I would go CZ Custom. Because if there's any slight updates, CZ Custom has it from CZ, where they're not going to share it with with another, you know, group. And there already has been a couple of updates where, and we ran into them with 7-Ups when his PO7. So they updated the what was it? CZ had updated the gosh, I'm sorry, I can't remember where the hammer rides on the sear. They had CZ had updated the sear, and Cajun was unaware of it, or you had to buy their sear that they had milled out for it. Let's see, 124 mostly. Yeah, that's what I shoot. HST 124. There's Two Wheeling Nut. Hey, buddy, how are you? Where did Hellfire ammo? Vborg, when you mentioned that, I actually have gone on and checked for Hellfire ammo. I have no idea. It actually said that their site was being updated, and I can't find them. So I don't know if they went out of business, and it could have been with their prices, but yeah, they're gone. So I can't find them anywhere. Music, common thread thread to all these shootings is government failure. Yes. Don't answer those questions, Big J. Okay. Yep, Two Wheeling Nut, more laws do nothing. Laws exist to create crime-free zones. Criminals don't, exactly, they don't read. We've talked about this. Ever carried any Derringers? NC Civil War, I have not. I have shot the Bond Arms. Was it the 357 or the hell was that? I shot a Bond Arms. It was one of the older ones. I can't remember if it was a 357. It wasn't mine, but I shot it. It was pretty cool. Allen B Pro. No, I do not have a 10 millimeter. I do not. Hey, there's Midas. Hey, I appreciate you, Midas. SK Hugo, I do not have any experience with the 612. I do not. Based on one of your vids, I ordered a custom set of lock grips for my CZ75 Cold War commemorative. I'll send you a pic once Jason has them ready to ship. That's awesome, man. Yeah, and that commemorative is pretty cool. Yeah, Jason does a great job. So if you haven't checked out lock grips, please do. I guess Jarhead's on here. I didn't see him. Hey, Jarhead. Appreciate you coming on, brother. Yeah, I got you, Big Al. Yeah, I haven't even seen him anymore, so I don't know. But yeah, if y'all don't have any more questions, I'm gonna shut it down. I wanted to try to do it for about an hour, and we've gone over a little bit. But if y'all have any, do you care for Fiyoshi rounds? Firearms 101, yes. Actually, I have a lot of Fiyoshi. And if you ever remember the Perfecta ammo that Walmart used to carry, that was actually made by Fiyoshi. It was imported from Italy, if you look on the back of the boxes. And I had no problem with it. And I still have a lot of Fiyoshi, and it runs great. I've never had an issue with it. So I have shot. I have not, NC Civil War, I have not owned a Judge 410, but I have shot a Judge 410. And I wasn't really impressed with it. I did shoot I guess and it was a specialty ammo designed for it. It had the disc. It was some special with this little plastic disc in it. And, if you're really close, it was great. But when you really tried to reach out with it, it wasn't very accurate. And it could have just been that particular load. Like I said, it was not my pistol. I shot it and only put about maybe 20 rounds through it, something like that, 15 or 20 rounds. And it was kind of a novelty pistol. But like I said, I'm probably not the perfect person to ask about that. I don't want to tell you anything that's incorrect. Jarhead's babysitting and listening. We appreciate you being on, brother. Great chat, Big J. Awesome. Thanks for the show. I can't find Perfecta. Yeah, I was going to say music. Perfecta's gone. I haven't seen it either. So, is this a clean chat room? I just got blocked for the F-bomb. Yeah. But I appreciate y'all. If y'all don't have any more questions, we'll go ahead and shut her down. And I appreciate y'all watching so much. Please shoot that thumbs up. I appreciate it. And this was just something I want to do periodically. And it's the Outlaw chat because it's kind of, I just say what I want, do what I want. And I appreciate y'all coming along for the drive, for coming along for the ride. That's kind of what we're doing. So I appreciate y'all so much. And if you have any more questions, please leave them below and I'll try to answer them after the chat. But I hope y'all all have a great night. Thank you so much to the subscribers. And if you haven't subscribed to each person in the chat, please do so. And I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all have a great night. And remember, an unarmed nation is a very weak nation, so we all have to carry on. Thanks.